afternoon, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good.
This afternoon, I would like to share with you a story that helps me manage the ups and downs of my everyday life. And I hope you will find the same value in it too. Once upon a time, in ancient China, there lived an old man in a tiny village. Although poor, he was envied by all, for he owned a beautiful white horse. A horse like this had never been seen before. People offered him fabulous prices for the steed, but the old man always refused. This horse is not a horse to me. It's a possession. He's a person. How could you sell a person? He is a friend. How could you sell a friend? The man was poor and the temptation was great, but he never sold the horse. One morning, he found that the horse was not in the stable. All the neighbors in the village came to see him and scoffed at the old man. "You old fool, we told you that someone would steal your horse. You are so poor. How would you hope to protect such a valuable animal? It would have been better to have sold him. You could have gotten whatever price you wanted. No amount is too high to pay. And now your horse is gone. You are cursed with misfortune." The old man responded, "Don't speak too quickly. Say only that the horse is not in the stable. That is all we know. The rest is judgment. If I've been cursed or not, how can you know? How can you judge?" The people contested. "Ha! Don't make us out to be fools. We may not be philosophers, but great philosophy is not needed. The simple fact that your horse is gone is a curse." The old man spoke again. "All I know is that the stable is empty and the horse is not in the stable. Okay, the rest I don't know. Whether it be a curse or blessing, I can't say. All we have is a fragment. Who can say what will come next?" The people of the village laughed. Ha 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 ha. They had always thought the old man was a fool. If he wasn't, he would have sold the horse and lived off the money. But instead, he was a poor woodcutter who lived hand to mouth in the misery of poverty. 15 days later, the horse returned. He had not been stolen. He had run away into the forest. Not only had he returned, he had brought a dozen wild horses with him. Once again, the people in the village gathered around the old man and spoke. "Old man, you were right, we were wrong. What we thought was a curse was a blessing. Please forgive us." The old man spoke again. "Once again, you go too far. Say only that the horse is back. Stay only that a dozen horses returned with him. But don't judge. How do you know if this is a blessing or a curse? No one knows. Unless you read, you know the whole story. How can you judge? You read one page of a book, can you judge the whole book? You read one word of a phrase, can you understand the entire phrase? Life is so vast, and yet you judge all of life in one page or one word. You only have a fragment, so don't say this is a blessing. I'm content with what I know. I'm not perturbed by what I don't." The village people whisper, "Maybe the old man is right," so they said little. But deep down, they knew he was wrong. They knew that it was a blessing. 12 wild horses had ridden with one horse, and with a little bit of work, the animals could be broken, trained, and sold for much money. The old man had a son, an only son. The young man began to break the wild horses. After a few days, he fell from one of the horses and broke both legs. Once again, the villagers gathered on the old man and cast their judgment. "Old man, you were right, you proved you were right. The dozen horses were not a blessing, they were a curse. Your only son had broken his legs, and now in your old age, you have no one to help you. You are poorer than ever. The old man spoke again. You people are obsessed with judging. Don't go so far. Say that my son broke his legs. Who knows if this is a blessing or a curse? We only have a fragment. Life comes in fragments. Boom, 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 whoa, 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 boom, 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 whoa, whoa, whoa. It so happened that a few weeks later, the country engaged in war against a neighboring country. All the young men in the village were required to join the army. Only the son of the old man was excluded because he was injured. Once again, the people gathered around the old man, crying and screaming because their son had been taken. There was little chance that he would return. The enemy was strong, and the war would be a losing battle. They would never see their sons again. Oh man, you were right. God knows you were right. Your son's accident was a blessing. His legs may be broken, but at least he's with you. Our sons are gone forever. The old man spoke again. It's impossible to speak with you. You always draw a conclusion. Say only this. Your son had to go to war, and mine did not. No one knows whether it's a blessing or a curse. No one is wise enough to know. Only God knows. In conclusion, the old man was right. We only have a fragment. Life's mishaps and horrors are only a page out of the grand book. We must be slow in drawing conclusion. We must reserve judgment on life's storms until we know the whole story. There is no use in overreacting to the events and circumstances of our everyday life. Many times, what looks like a setback may actually be a gift in disguise. And when our hearts are in the right place, all events and circumstances are gifts that we can draw valuable lessons from. This afternoon, allow me to leave you with this wisdom. Do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough troubles of its own. So, stop judging, start living. Toastmaster.